What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Shannon Times.
What's up? What's up?
What's going on? So, welcome to Friday's episode. So please go back, tune in throughout the week if you have not done so already. So Monday, we talk about North Korea and some supply chain antics that have been attributed to them and their hackers. Tuesday, we discussed ChatGPT and how we should be fearful or not about the future of AI. So definitely tune in for that one. And then Wednesday, we discussed how Microsoft is pushing to bring more women into cybersecurity and kind of talking about what concessions or what other aspects of the job can be more accommodating for retention purposes, right? Like it's cool to bring more in, like we definitely need to do that, but how are you keeping them, right? So we talk about that as well and give our opinions. Definitely like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Continue to tune in throughout the weeks. As I alluded to Monday's episode, we're doing some things when it comes to where the podcast will be hosted at, but it should make no difference to you, and that'll be in the future. That'll be in May timeframe. So, but without further ado, how was your week, Shannon?
Man, the last couple of weeks actually. So we had a little bit of a break, right? So like I got sick end of last week, earlier in the week, so we delayed it a little bit. But yeah, man. So been watching. Let's see here. Well, I wrapped up Mandalorian. So I don't know if you have. How far have you gotten into Mandalorian?
I have not started season 2 yet.
Okay, all right.
And I was really up on it. I just I got busy.
Yeah, no, I got it. And
I heard season 3 is off the chain.
It's good. It's good, man. And so they wrapped it up. Like it's the season finale and whatnot. And the way they wrapped it, I thought they would leave more of a cliffhanger for things, but they wrapped it up pretty good. Like it could possibly be a series finale, but it's like,
wow.
No, it's I don't want to say that.
Hot take from Shannon.
Going on.
Mandalorian canceled.
Like, no, it's not canceled for sure. Like they've already renewed for season 4. I wouldn't say I already read it that they got season 4 is in the pipe. I mean, or not in the pipe, but it's coming. But so yeah, it was good the way they wrapped it up over the last couple of weeks, because like you get good action in there too. You know what I mean? Like
you about the action.
Yeah, that's all I'm about.
Like stop all this talking.
Like if y'all have masks on, y'all don't need to say anything. Just start shooting lasers and
that is true.
Fire and what are we talking about? But yeah, they did a good wrap up on that. So that ended up pretty well. Picard was the other one. So I never watched season 2 of Picard, right? And I was told by people that like are big fans of the series, like you can skip season 2. Just go to season 3. And season 3, which wraps up the series actually, which was an actual series finale, I thought was going to end a little differently as well. Like I was pleasantly surprised by how they ended. You know what I mean? And they have left room to have spinoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how they might be able to forge.
Yeah.
Geordi has descendants out there, like out there doing big things.
Yep. So like they did a pretty good job with that one too. Because even the big climax and what they have happening throughout the season, I was not envisioning, the big bads to be who the big bads were. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I was just like, I did not see that coming, and I did not see it going in that direction. But again, good series. I like it. I picked up again on Night Agent on Netflix. I don't know if you ever seen the series.
No, I haven't. So you've mentioned it before, but no, I haven't started that.
Yeah. So I'm like episode 8, I think, or something like that. I've got 2 more to wrap it up, but it's just like, woo, like I did not see that twist coming. Like, because it's like, it's one of those things, it's one of those thrillers, right? Like, who is the bad person, in the White House, right? And you're like, I think I know who it is. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't know, and I'm just like, damn, didn't see that coming. But Night Agent is kind of good. And it has its ups and downs, right? There's a lot more talking, but it's more investigative, right? Investigative. I think I said that right.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah. but yeah, no, so that's a good one that I've been watching. What else I've been paying attention to? I'm still watching Elementary, man. Like I've watched it before, but like it's a good series to me. Like I like it. But like anything that's like Sherlock and Watson, like I'm all for. Like I'll give it a shot. You know what I mean? So like even was it Sherlock is the one that's BBC, right? With Cumberbatch, Cumberbatch and Martin. not Martin Short, whatever his name is, Lord of the Rings guy. But yeah, so it's pretty much just been those, man. Like I haven't I started playing a little bit of Madden again. I don't know why I do it to myself. I don't know why.
Why you do it to yourself?
Yeah, because I had a couple days where I wasn't feeling well, right? And so like because I was falling asleep all the time, like because I wasn't feeling well, I was like, I'm sleeping too much. I told myself, right? So I was like, what can keep my attention? So like I went ahead and started turning it on because like if I fall asleep while I'm playing a football game, like I just need to go to sleep. Like I'm tired, so it just keeps me up for a little while. So I wasn't just like sleeping the day away. But that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, that's kind of all I got into. Nothing much else outside of those. Those are
Gotcha.
things. But what about you, man?
Well, I didn't get much in this week, but the week before, right, the holiday weekend, oh, I was getting it in. This week I was slammed with work, so I didn't really get to do much of like um unwinding, right? However, oh, I forget, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, subscribe. I'm gonna get better at this. You got to work it in where it's not it's so natural. Not there yet, but 3 calls to action. I'm working on it. Um, but Resident Evil, I'm on chapter 12. I believe it's only 16 chapters, so it's feeling like I'm getting really to the end of it. It is amazing, amazing. So if you ever played the original one on GameCube, is where it debuted. That's where I played that, and then it came out for like the PS3. Yeah, GameCube, PS3, is that the same era? Because Nintendo's always off on generations. They it was a PS2? I think it's
PS2?
PS2. I think it's PS3. I
Okay,
think
maybe
PS3 was
not.
out during that time and 360. But I know it's had ports. So like, it's on everything. It's on the Oculus. I got an Oculus over here in the corner. Or I'm sorry, the Meta Quest 2 or whatever it's called. Um, it's on there as well. But this is the remake, right? So they're using their new engine. They've changed a lot of the way things like happen or sequenced. So there's surprises in there, but they have those bones to work with, right? Like so they have a good foundation. They just make it more modern. It controls better. It is amazing. Like they really outdid themselves. And I thought they did a good job with the Resident Evil 2 remake, but this is a remaster. Like this is definitely worth, like usually I wait for games like this to go on sale, like Black Friday deal, something like that. I'm like, I'll get to it. But there was so much um hype on the internet. I was like, man, I need something new to play. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna pay the full 70. Well worth it. I probably will play through it again at some point, but no time in the near future. It's gonna, like, after I beat it, it's gonna go on the shelf for a little bit. Because I'm at 21 hours, and they said if you mainline it, you can get it done in like 19, 20. So I've been doing a lot of the side stuff, so that way I don't have to come back if I don't need to. But yeah, the game has not let me down yet. It is one of the best Resident Evils, I'd say, because like 2 is up there for me, Code Veronica is up there for me, but like this remake is amazing. So I've been playing that very slowly, and then I started Kena Bridge of Spirits. It's a game made by Ember Labs for the PS4 and 5. Um, Ember Labs is a company that's best known for CGI. Like they make like CGI movies and stuff like that, and they put that into crafting the game. And I can't. It's so good. I can't discern CGI from gameplay. That's how beautiful this game is. But with that, there's a lot less depth, so to speak, right? So it looks amazing, it controls well, but it doesn't have a bunch of, I've not seen a bunch of extra mechanics, right? There's not, it it's being bogged down by graphics as opposed to being bogged down by AI. So it's a good experience. Like music is really well crafted. They're doing a good job at making a game cinematic throughout, is what I would say. So far so good. I'm really enjoying it. It didn't get a lot of hype though. I don't know why. Like maybe I'm going to run into that at some point because it's not a robust RPG, right? Like everything is an RPG now. Like God of War is, Resident Evil 4 is. Like I'm gonna have to keep up and maintain my knife because it breaks. Like it's crazy. I don't see a lot of that in this, so that might be why people are just like, nah, I run through it, I played it, it's good experience, and that's all I'm looking for. Like I don't need every game to be 100-hour game. That's what Breath of the Wild is, or not Breath of the Wild. Which one is this one? Tears of the Kingdom. So Zelda Tears of the Kingdom comes out in May. That will be my 100-hour game for the year. I don't need that for every game. I can't handle that. So I think this is spot on.
So let me ask you this: do you think, because you say it's more cinematic, right? So like when you say more cinematic, like you're getting more cut scenes that are being
No, it's just the visual, like visually, like you
okay.
got like the wind making the grass blow, and you have all these little cute characters bounce around the screen, and it just looks amazing. And then like the sound is amazing. Like I don't have the headphones on. I just got the surround sound speaker, the main surround sound speaker playing, and like it's still doing 3D effects, right? I'm like the wind blowing past me. I'm like, typically that doesn't work in this space because it's too wide open. Like they nailed visual and sound so far.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's really just a platformer at its heart. Like I'm running around jumping on things. I'm hitting things with a stick. I'm killing, you know me, I'm fighting enemies um with the powers that I have, but it doesn't really seem like it's gonna go into there's no skill trees. There's no, you know what I mean? Like it's not that type of game. So that might be why I didn't get as much hype. But visually, I'm just like, this is a showcase. This is one of those games that you keep on deck to show people like, this is why I bought this system. So there is that. But yeah, so I'm winding down on Resident Evil. I'm picking up, I think I'm saying it right, Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'm waiting on Zelda. That's May 12th. All right, pre-ordered. I'm waiting. People, it's out there in the wild. People are actually have copies of it. So like Nintendo is it's super upset. Like there's a few copies out there that are not review copies. Like there's mom and pop stores just giving the game out because they got it right. Nintendo ships early and they tell you to hold on to it. The game store's like, nah, got that Zelda in the back.
Yeah,
So
how much are they charging? Right. That's probably why they don't care. They're like, yeah, pay me 140, you can have it.
right, right, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they're like I'm seeing posts on Twitter and things of that nature. So or maybe because they're not showing gameplay because either because Nintendo is a very aggressive litigation. They're a very litigious company. That guy that I don't know if we talked about it on here, but there was a guy, his last name is Bowser, which is ironic. He's a hacker, he used to make used to mod switches and sell ROMs and things of that nature. They sued this guy for I forget how many millions of dollars. It's ridiculous, and won. So now he has to pay them. I forget what he has to pay them out of his pay, but it looks as though he will die owing Nintendo money. That's how much money they sued him for. Nintendo does
Like
not play with their
they're
IP.
garnishing his
Yeah, they're
paycheck.
garnishing his wages for the rest of his life.
Really? Ugh.
Nintendo Nintendo doesn't care how big or small you are. You are the enemy.
Hopefully he does more than just working at McDonald's then.
I,
Like if
I
this is
think
if this is his side hustle, like how much money is he really making from that? You
yeah,
know?
they trying to destroy this guy's life. But I mean, you don't mess with Nintendo. Nintendo does not play with their IP. Speaking of Nintendo, I saw the Mario movie. So the
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers movie, I saw that. I forgot all about that. Really good. It's a kids movie, right? Like so people are like disappointed. They're like, oh, there was no death or whatever. I'm just like you know, um, there's never been a hardcore Mario game, right? Like Mario games are meant for kids. We just enjoy them because we grew up on them. We have nostalgia attached to it, right? 40 years of playing Mario type situation, and they go into it, right? Like you see the Mario Brothers, they do some funny stuff with their accents, um, just because like you're expecting to be overly dramatic, so they do a little bit of that at the very beginning. Um, but then the cast did a really good job because I saw people complaining about was it Seth Rogen? Is that his name? The dude with the funny laugh?
Yeah.
They're saying that he just played himself. Like, yeah, he did. That's why they hired him. They wanted Seth Rogen to be Donkey Kong because he would be the most close to Donkey Kong possible. And then you know what? He was himself. And it was funny. Um Charlie Day's in it. You know, he's the Ouija. I don't know if you're tracking that.
I'm not gonna see the movie, but like I know, like I watch Charlie Day for other things. Like he's
Yeah,
all
he does a
always
good job though. He's funny. He's
yeah.
the endearing brother. He does. I think he does a good job playing Luigi. Because you know Luigi's always scared of everything. That's why Luigi's Mansion's him, you know, ghost busting, looking frightened. So they play on that. Uh, they give Princess Peach agency, so she's not just trapped in the castle, right? Like she's actually an integral part of the story as well as she can fight. So that was cool. Um, and they just like even from the beginning, like they do stuff that's Mario like they're running to get someplace and then it flips from being 3D to they're showing it from a 2D plane. So he's like jumping over stuff like in the environment. Like it's hilarious. I'm just like, they're doing a good job. Like it kept me engaged for the whole hour and a half. It didn't overstay its welcome because that's how long a child movie should be. No longer than an hour and a half. And it's the company that made Despicable Me and the Minions movie. So it's very much like those. So it just has, you could tell Nintendo had a hand on it though, like, because there's a lot of Easter eggs and nostalgia, and like they wanted to make sure that this was a Nintendo product, and it definitely is.
So let me ask you this then. So do you have to have the background of playing Super Mario Brothers?
No, not whatsoever. And that, which I think will be appealing to this generation of kids that grew up on Minecraft and Roblox. They must not, because like my youngest didn't want to go. He was like, "No, I'm good. I'll just stay home." But the two older kids, right, the high schoolers, they grew up on Nintendo. So I think if you do have any type of experience, like you'll see stuff, you'll be like, "Oh yeah," like that meme where you're like, "There it is." It's was it DiCaprio pointing at the screen, at the TV screen? I don't know if you know that meme. I'll send it to you later. But it usually is when they do something, when there's a reference in something, they'll use that meme because like it's I think it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's a scene where he's pointing at the TV. So that's like the de facto meme for that. But I say it to say you'll have a lot of those moments if you have any experience with Nintendo and or Mario in any respect, because there's a lot of stuff in there, like the cat suit, the Tanuki suit pops up, the firepower, like they have all the power-ups from multiple different games. They have different zones for different games, so you'll see like an ice world, a fire world, like they really Mario it up. But like it was just a really good child movie. Like if you're expecting like some kind of crazy range because they put Chris Pratt in it, like nah. Like could they have used somebody else? Yes. Did he do a good job? Yeah. I give it a solid, I would say I would give it an A.
An A? Wow.
I'll give it an A. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. I don't know what people are looking for.
I'm curious now. Now I want to go to like Rotten Tomatoes and see what the audience scores are. Like
audience scores are super high. Critics are like kicking in the teeth.
Yeah.
I'm like, but for what though? Like what were you expecting?
So notice I said audience score, right? Because like I don't trust the critics anymore. Like they're just trying to get their name out there. It seems like now it's like, what are you talking about? Like so like what was that? I was reading something the other day, and it was about Netflix is doing Gray Man 2. You ever see Gray Man on Netflix?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Did you like Gray Man on Netflix?
I did.
It was great, right?
Yeah.
Critics were not thrilled with Gray Man. And
why?
I'm just like, why? Like it did what it said it was going. Like he is. Yeah. Like that's why I'm like, what do you guys are expecting Shakespeare every time? Like
no, that was supposed to be a gritty Bond-like movie, and yeah, there it is. You did it. Same thing with the one, oh man, what's the name of it? The one with my man who played Thor. He has an action one on there.
Extraction
was great.
Yeah.
Like I don't that's an A+ movie. Like he does exactly what's supposed to do. Because you saw the trailer for the next one. It was like, oh
yeah.
Oh,
like, are you in a prison? Like, what's going on here?
His arm was on fire. Punched him with it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
And people are gonna be like, oh, it lacked range. You like some things are supposed to do what they're supposed to do, right? Like everything. Like I do enjoy movies that are make you think. I do enjoy those, but I came there for that, right?
Right. Yeah. It shouldn't.
Every movie don't have to do that.
Yeah. Like you don't have to give me a soliloquy on whatever, you know what I mean?
Everything doesn't have to be deep. Sometimes I just want you to somehow his arm caught on fire and then he punched a man with it. That's all I need. Mission accomplished. Yeah. And they do it in one take. I love that part of it. I think it's the Russo brothers, right? They did Extraction.
Yeah, I think the Russos are
they're one take. Like I just love anything that does it in one take. Like Children of Men or Children of Man was the movie. It was a Clive Owen or something like that. It's the movie where the human population is declining because they're not having any more babies. Like something happened, there's just no more babies, and he has to escort a pregnant woman to a research place. Like she's the only woman who became pregnant. I think Children of Men is what it's called. That movie has a one take that is phenomenal. There's tanks, there's buildings blowing up, there's a shootout, and it's all one take. I think it's like a solid like 8 minutes. I love that. I love when movies do that.
Extraction had that one that was like
Yeah,
7
yeah,
or whatever,
exactly.
right?
Like when
Where
they're
they're
going
in
through
the
the street,
apartment
like I love
building.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you only get it right one time. Go. Like I had a thought and I lost it just that fast. Oh, so I'm going to pick up the card. I'm going to skip season 2. Like, so not only did you suggest it, but also Mike Ware in the comments, he was like, yeah, you can leave it. You don't even have to look at it. So I'm definitely gonna pick that up because I do want to catch up on that one before it's potentially spoiled for me. You know what I mean? Like, because people are so hyped up about it, but also I want to be ready for the spinoffs because they're doing a bajillion Star Trek spinoffs. Like even uh the mainline one, or it's two mainline ones, right? But it's the one with Michael Burton. Which one's that one called?
Like, oh,
The female
straight.
name
Oh no, Discovery.
Discovery. So Discovery is also going to conclude soon, but they already have a movie special coming out with is it Michelle Yao? Is that who plays that character?
It's the
The
one that plays the Emperor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's getting her own movie. It's
Wow.
like an Area 51 movie, I think is what they call it, or whatever that section is. The you know what I mean, like that department
Yeah.
she runs.
39. Something
39, yeah. So
like
there's
that.
going to be a movie special for that. I'm just like, yes, you nailed it. That's what I want to see a movie on.
Yeah. Have you seen the Strange New Worlds trailer for season 2?
No, I have not.
Did you watch all the Strange New Worlds yet or
No,
no?
I'm not done with it. I got to the. I remember
Okay.
very early on. I got to the part where Ahura was doing a linguistic thing for the first time on that
When they're on
planet.
the meteor or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So that's
Okay.
not very far in there at all.
So like episode 3, but like
Yeah. So I got to get through it because
okay.
it's overwhelmed. There was so much Star Trek, and it was all good Star Trek. I'm just like, I don't know which one to watch.
Strange New Worlds is good, but they got a trailer for the second one. Comes out in June 15th or 13th or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. They're doing amazing. Like it's not too much. Like I thought it was gonna be too much. I was like, man, it's just too many different Star Treks, but they're all good. So, oh well, at least I believe that. Critics are just like, this is not what he would want because it's a
Roddenberry. Yeah.
because he was very much not into the uh I want to call it reality TV, but it's like the interactions between characters was a lot less important. It was more of the interacting with new worlds, things of that nature. So there's a little bit more of that drama. Yeah, he wasn't into the drama portion of it. So there's a lot more drama in these Star Treks than some people agree with.
Well, then people that fell in love with the old stuff agree with, right?
Yeah.
But like, as with everything, they're trying to appeal to a broader audience, right?
Right.
So it's just what you're gonna get. You're gonna get more of what's happening today, right? It's the same reason you get people that complain that it's too PC now. It's like, well, that's kind of what you see in the news, what you see in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
people have issues with this, that, and the third, so it's gonna get addressed.
Yeah, no, very much true. And then a lot of that's in Star Trek as well, right? So I'm not trying to turn off anybody who has not into it yet, but there's a lot more of it's a lot more open, right? They have very diverse characters in the new Star Treks, but it's people you would see in real life. So why can't it be on a TV show?
Are you telling me they're not in the future, right? Like,
Right, yeah. So I don't know. Like everybody has their own thing. I'm sure I have my own roadblocks and things of that nature. Just everyone should just try to evolve. So, but I don't want to get into politics because then we'll start talking about Budweiser and things. I don't want to do none of that on this show. Aside from that though, maybe today I watch the Tetris movie. I'm not sure. I keep saying I'm going to watch it, but it's not on the top of my list. I do want to see it, but I'll get to it when I get to it. It's always going to be there, right? It's on Apple.
That's Apple TV, right? Yeah.
So I'll get like right now I'm looking for something that's more of I don't know. Either I'm looking for an action flick or like something that's like dystopic. Like give me like a Mad Max type movie or something right now. I need something. I need to reset. give me the road. Or what's another one? Oh man, I can't think off the top of my head. Because they've redone like Fahrenheit 451, Brave New World, like those type of books I read that I grew up on. They've done a lot of those. They kind of hit it sometimes, they kind of nail it, sometimes they don't. But I'm looking for something like that. Like,
do you think Last of Us set the bar too high for you to enjoy anything after it though?
it did set the bar really high. It did. It did. I can only imagine like everyone who is currently working on the Sony project, like your Amazon's working like God of War and stuff like that. They're like, oh, did they have to go that high? Like we have to nail it now. Like, sorry, they did a great job. So yeah, that's probably why I'm because The Last of Us ended like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm looking for something like that now. So that's probably where it's coming from. But we'll see. Hopefully, the next couple of weeks won't be as busy as the previous one, and I can, kind of get through my catalog because I gotta finish Resident Evil to prepare for Zelda because that I actually do want to play a 100-hour RPG at that point.
Let me ask you this because I saw the trailer and I was like, Ryan will probably want to see this. There's a new, it's called Evil Dead something with the mom.
Yeah. Yep.
You plan on seeing that?
Not in theaters. I don't think I'm gonna go.
Really?
Like,
Okay.
yeah. Like, so I went. Like, so Mario was the first movie I saw in theaters since I came back. I think is that the
From,
first movie I seen in the States?
from Turkey. No, no, you took the kids to see man,
It
it
was
wasn't
something else.
Was Shazam or what was it?
No, no, you're right. It was Black Adam.
Black
Did we see
Adam?
that in
Okay,
theater?
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, no. We saw it on HBO. What did I go to the movies and see? I saw
You
something
took
in the
you
movie
took the
theater.
kids you took the kids to see something. I can't remember what it was though.
Maybe it was Black Adam, but I thought I saw it on HBO.
You might have watched it again on HBO, but like it was after the fact. It was after it had been out for a little while because I thought I saw it first, which leads me to believe it would be Black Adam. I
It might
saw
be
it
that.
first, and
It
then
might be
you
that. I
took.
don't remember, but that movie was also not memorable. So
Oh
it was
man!
okay.
See, I
It was
didn't mind it.
okay.
I didn't
It
like
wasn't bad. It just was like, okay.
again a superhero movie where you expect them to just smash stuff up, right? Like
And he did.
he 100% did that,
Yeah,
right? Like,
and he did.
yeah.
But I don't know. Like the whole DC thing is I gotta wait to see what they do because it's a lot happening, right? So that Blue Beetle movie does look interesting, but I can wait till that streams. Because I
I
don't know that character, so I don't have any of that nostalgia for it. I'm just like, man, I'll see when it comes out.
okay.
That Flash movie, I'm going to the
Yeah.
theater to see it. I have to see that in theater. Like that's going to be amazing.
That's another one that's in
That's
June.
June, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Guardians of the Galaxy is May 5th. So that's a couple
Yeah.
weeks.
So I'll be in theater for that one. So because I've watched all the Guardians in theater. I
Yeah.
think the only Marvel movie I did not see in theater was Quantum Mania. And I'm like, man, I feel bad. Like loyalty reasons, right?
Yeah, but if you're gonna have loyalty, you need them to step it up, right? They need to keep their end of the bargain.
Yeah. People were
You know
so
what I mean?
people were so soft on them, just like, man, I can wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it's getting released on. I thought it said Blu-ray like soon, but I haven't seen anything about Disney Plus's release for it because I figured
It should be the same time. Or I guess because they'll make money, right, off the Blu-rays before
off the
they so
Blu-ray.
it can be
Yeah.
staggered. Like if it had bombed, then it would have been like straight to stream or whatever. Because it didn't bomb, it just was not the most highly rated, right? It's better than the Dark World. So Thor is better than Thor 2.
You always bring up like that thing must have scarred you, man. Like
It
that
just
is
wasn't good. I was just like, what happened? Because
no, you're right though. It
when I
wasn't
go
good.
through my marathon, I hit it. I'm like, I gotta watch this one. I feel like that way about half of the first Captain America because like it wasn't a bad movie, but it didn't start getting good until he started to show
It
like the
starts slow.
montage and then go into the action part, right? That's the
It
Dark
starts
World.
slow, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I like when I first watched it, I was just like, "Oh, dude, this is a miss." You know what I mean? And then yeah, then all of a sudden he takes a super soldier serum. He's chasing down cabs and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's starting to get a little better
Yeah.
now.
It's starting to pique my interest. And then it, went up from there. But then the second one was amazing, right? So there is that. So yeah, so we'll see. Like Blue Beetle, I'll probably wait. Hopefully it does well because that's the beginning of the DCU, right? Like DCU's done. Like this will be the first DCU movie, but
That I'm
not
not.
directed by James Gunn though, or oversight. But I think he said that there, it'll be within that universe.
I don't know. The trailer was so for me, so I was kind of like, I don't know about this, right? And again, like it was already something being worked before James Gunn was announced as a studio head, right? James
Yeah,
Gunn and the other guy, I can't remember the other guy's name, but as co-chairs of the
yeah,
studio,
yeah.
whatever they're
I
taking.
think he's in charge of the money or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what comes along with that. But I was not thrilled with the trailer.
Yeah,
But I don't know a lot about Blue Beetle either, right? But
right. Yeah, that's not a character because that I know all the major hitters, right? But I don't remember watching a Blue Beetle being in any of the animated stuff, to my knowledge. At least I haven't run into it yet. Because I'm still going through all the animated, like some of the best animated stuff ever comes from DC. I'm not even gonna hate. Live action, man. Cartoons, great.
Video games, that's about the extent of it, right? So like
Right.
Injustice is an injustice, but or
Yeah.
Injustice.
So that's the only reason I even know who the character is. So it does look interesting. I think the family will make it funny. And then it's gonna be great for representation as well. So I think it'll be at best, but I could be wrong. Like it might come out, people are like, oh my God, Blue Beetle. I'm like, I missed it. Missed out on the hype. But yeah, like my next movie will be Guardians 3. I gotta see that in theater. And then I gotta see this Flash movie. I've been waiting how long for this movie? Like 2 years?
It's been a while.
I've been talking about this movie forever because Ezra Miller was messing up. So I was like, just release it to stream. But they held on to it. So we'll see.
I think the fear was that it would get scrapped, possibly like they did with the what was it, Batgirl, Batwoman, or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
Batwoman, which like I don't know if it was as terrible as they wanted to seem, and they just want to use it for the tax purposes. Uh, just I wish they would just release it. Like even if it was bad, if you just release it to stream, people will watch it anyway, right? Like it adds to the catalog.
Even the allure of it at this point, right? Like people will subscribe to HBO
Yeah,
Max to see, or Max is turned into Max now. It's
yeah,
not
it's
HBO
not just
Max.
Max. Yeah,
Yeah. So they'll get a subscription just to be like, let me see how bad this really was. You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
So
Like just let it breathe. But I guess they save money, right? And then they keep saying it would hurt the brand. It's not really even. It is a brand, but it's not a brand, right? Like it's not a mainliner. Like you could be making this character mainline, but maybe they're just like so bad we don't want it. We don't want to launch this character in this fashion.
how
So
bad
I
could
don't.
it have been at $90 million though, right? Because that's the budget they put into it. Like if you put
Yeah.
90 million, and I realize it's not the highest you'll see out there now. You see people spending $250 million on movies now, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? But like at 90 million, it's like, well, I don't know. Like I don't know. I can't call it because I haven't
Right.
seen it, and I never will.
Right. Right. Exactly. Like I don't know. Like maybe people talk about it enough, it'll be like the Snyder Cut, but I doubt it. Like I don't think it'll ever get that much hype because there's an Ayers, am I saying that right? Cut of Suicide Squad that we'll never see. There's just not enough hype. Like people just like, man, I'm interested, but I'm not going to campaign for this movie to be released, right? And I don't think they're going to do that for Batwoman either. So, so we will see what the future holds for all that stuff. But yeah, that's the next on the movie docket is those two movies. I'm pretty excited about those. That's pretty much it. Like I can't think of any other projects. And then that Extraction 2, I don't know when that drops, but that's gonna be streamed on day one. So, but with that being said, I'll go ahead and land this plane. Definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. Definitely hit us up on all of our social medias that go by our name. Like, share, subscribe, hit a bell if there's a bell associated with your platform, so you can keep hearing us as we come out. And then hit us up on all of our social medias that go by our name. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RyRy Security Guy. That's RYRY Security Guy on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Stay safe, stay secure.